Today, we're diving into a pretty provocative prediction about AI. It was written back in 2026, but it feels like it's unfolding right now, and it paints a picture of two very, very different futures for all of us. One where you have unprecedented power, and another that looks a lot like digital servitude.
So, let's start with a story of two friends to make this real. On one hand, you've got a short-form video creator. He's using AI to basically triple his output. He doesn't even see himself as just a creator anymore. He talks about managing his AIs. On the other hand, his friend, a factory quality inspector for 8 years, first got demoted to just supervising an AI and then was replaced by it completely. Now he's a delivery driver. One guy's career is skyrocketing. The other's is in a nosedive.
And here's the real kicker. According to the author we're looking at today, this isn't some slow, gradual shift that happens over a generation. No. The gap between these two friends, between these two possible futures, is widening so fast that it's almost impossible to react to. It's happening in real time.
This really sets the stage for us. This isn't just about abstract tech talk. It's about the very real, very human impact AI is having on people's lives right now.
So you have to ask, why is this happening so incredibly fast? Let's dig into what the author calls the Great Acceleration, because the data behind this is, well, it's pretty mind-bending, and you have to understand it to get the rest of this prophecy.
Just look at this jump in capability. Back in 2021, the best AI in the world scored a measly 35% on a grade school math test. I mean, that's a failing grade. But by early 2026, it was acing the same kind of test with a 99% score. That isn't a learning curve, it's like hitting a vertical wall of progress.
So, to challenge AI, experts created this supposedly unbeatable test. They even called it humanity's last exam. When it first came out in late 2024, the best AIs were scoring in the single digits. But just over a year later, a top model blew past 53%. That line in the sand we thought was permanent is being completely washed away.
Okay, so this incredible speed isn't just about test scores. It's forging a completely new kind of society. The author argues that what we're seeing is the birth of a new economy, with a new class of incredibly powerful players.
Welcome to what he calls the orchestration economy. You see, in the past, your value came from your ability to do a specific thing, write code, analyze a legal document, you name it. But now, as AI gets amazing at doing the tasks, the rarest and most valuable skill is knowing how to be the conductor, how to coordinate a whole team of specialized AIs to achieve a really complex goal.
And this gives rise to brand new jobs. We're not talking about simple prompt engineering here. We're talking about AI orchestration designers who literally architect entire AI workflows. Or context architects who decide what a powerful AI system even needs to know to be effective. These are the jobs of this new, emerging elite.
But, and this is a huge but, there's a dark side to this. For every new opportunity, there's a danger the author calls skill evaporation. I mean, think about it. Think of the translator, the paralegal, the junior coder. Skills that took years, maybe decades to build, can lose their entire market value almost overnight. It's not a slow decline. It's like they just evaporate.
And this is where the prophecy takes a really sharp, pretty dark turn. For those people whose skills have evaporated, the author outlines a chilling future.
So the author just doesn't buy into the idea that AI is going to create some utopia where wealth is shared by everyone. He predicts the exact opposite, a divide so profound he doesn't even call it a wealth gap. He says it's more like a divergence between two different species.
His deepest fear is a process he calls NPCification. You know, like a non-player character in a video game that's just running on a pre-programmed loop? The idea here is that a person's conscious choices get slowly, subtly replaced by algorithms that manage their reality for them until they're just passively reacting.
So how on earth could this happen? Well, he lays out a 4-step feedback loop that might sound a little familiar. Step 1, your data is collected, constantly. Step 2, that data is used to build a personalized reality just for you. Step 3, your emotions are tweaked and managed to keep you engaged. And finally, Step 4, your conscious choices are slowly replaced by just reacting to the stuff you're fed.
Now here's the really insidious part. This system isn't designed to make you miserable. Actually, it's the opposite. It's designed to keep you in this comfortable, manageable state of just being fine.
You're not angry enough to protest, you're not desperate enough to change your situation, but, and this is the critical part, you're also not clear-headed enough to think deeply or make your own conscious choices.
So, faced with this pretty terrifying prediction, the author doesn't propose some new government policy or a big tech solution. No, he offers a deeply personal response, a choice that every single person has to make for themselves. He frames this massive global problem through the most personal lens you can imagine, his own daughter. He asks himself, how do you prepare a kid for a world where the skills you learn in school are basically becoming obsolete by the minute? And he realizes it's not the school's job to get her ready, it's his. And it has to start right now. And his solution is radical. He's talking about pulling her from traditional high school. Forget memorizing facts for a test. Instead, she's going to learn how complex real-world systems actually work. Things like logistics, energy grids. She's going to build real AI tools for actual small businesses. She'll study practical psychology to understand herself and learn how to spot manipulation. And most importantly, she'll build what he calls a life question bank, based on real experiences, not problems from a textbook.
So the author's final message is really just one of extreme urgency. He's arguing that these two paths, the orchestrator and the NPC, are diverging right now. The time for us to passively sit back and watch what happens is over. That window to consciously choose which future you want to be a part of, it's closing, and it's closing fast.
And that brings us to the end, where we turn the author's fundamental question back to you. In a world with new AI lords and potential digital serfs, where the ground is literally shifting under our feet at an unbelievable speed, what's going to be your next move?